I'm sitting over here feeling like Eminem from 8 Mile right now. You know, I don't normally podcast. I don't. I mean, I was a part of one last year and, you know, whatever. But I don't normally do this myself, but, you know, got a wild hair up my ass. I was like, you know what, man, let's just do it, man. We are variety content. So, yeah, this falls within the realm of that as well. I hope everybody's doing good. Let's get into it. As you can see in the title, man, we got quite a few topics to discuss. And I'm going to start off with the first one, which is Twitchcon. And this information is brought to you by the homie Zach. If you don't know Zach, Zach is like our Twitch news guru. I mean, that man knows stuff before the people who put it out even know it. So there's that. That AC on. All right, so as you can already see, yeah, you are early today. As you can see, man, TwitchCon tickets went on sale. And from what I have read prior to looking at this, is that the price has gone up like it's doubled. You see the prices right here for your 1 day, 3 day plus a party. That's a lot. Let me turn that off. That's a lot. Now, it's to my understanding that if you're a partner, then it's half the price. So that partner perk kind of kicks in right here. I mean, I know from time to time you hear partners say, "Oh man, it don't mean shit to be a partner, man. You really don't get nothing." I'm gonna highlight that for you. That's a good perk. It's a good perk. Because now you're just looking at the tickets for this right here, but now you got to think about you paying for your room and your board as well, and probably transportation. You know, I think the only caveat is if you stay in San Diego, man, you make out really, really good. Now, the big thing I want you to pay attention to aside from that price is this right here. There are currently no health measures. Zach says, so factor illness into your travel plans when you return home, which, I mean, normally, well, ever since COVID, man, I mean, you start going to these gaming conventions, you might be all right while you're there, but when you get home, it might be a different story. Now, the reason I had picked this was, I know they just had DreamCon not too long ago. I didn't look into DreamCon, so I don't know if they had any kind of health measures put in place. But I mean, if you went to that, what's the problem with going to this? Because there are quite a few people out there that have declined to go simply because there are no health measures in place. But my question to you is this: do you have health measures in place at your job? I mean, are you one of the people who ride around with a mask on in the car by yourself? Like, is there any other place that you are going right now that don't have health measures? And if the answer is yes, then what is the problem with going to that? That's my big question. So for me, I won't be attending. I'm a broke ass, so I'm not going to be attending, especially not with no $199 for 3 days. I'm a broke ass, I'm a cheap ass, so we're just going to leave it at that. Not this year. Maybe next year. We'll see what happens. All right, next thing on the list is Brittney Griner. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard about this. I actually talked to a homeboy before I started the pod up, and he didn't know who Brittney Griner was, and I was like, damn, bro, let me break this down for you. But if you didn't know, compare the amount of people at TwitchCon compared to the grocery store. But still, all it takes is one person at the grocery store, and then you run the same risk as being around a bunch of people at TwitchCon. I personally don't see the difference. All it takes is one person that is in there that is sick in the grocery store, coughing on everything, coughing on everybody, touching everything, and then here you come and right down the damn meat section. They just walked off from there, and you're still running the same risk in my eye. You know, let me flip that back over there. Let's flip that back over there. We'll get to Brittney in a minute. I think you still run the same risk irregardless. I mean, think about it now. I mean, even the airlines, man, the airlines don't even have those safety measures in place. I mean, you can do it if you like. And I'm pretty sure it'll be the same at TwitchCon. If you want to walk around with a mask on all the time, I mean, I think you're well within your right to do that. But this topic for me, like I saw so many people like just mad that there were no health measures in place. I mean, shit. If I was going, I'd be riding around with a mask my damn self. It's just, it's too much to risk. And if you haven't had this before, you've only seen people have it. I mean, you hear the horror stories, but if you haven't had it yourself, trust me, when you have it, you don't ever want to have it again. You just, you don't. You don't. I had it back in June, and I mean, you think about COVID started in 2019, and here we are in 2022, and I finally got it, and I was like, man, I don't ever want this shit again. I do not. So for me personally, if you're going to go, if that bothers you and you're still going to go, I'd say take every precaution that you can. I don't give a damn about nobody seeing my face. I'll send you a picture. All right, back to this Brittney Griner. She was sentenced to this says 9 years, but initially I read it was 9.5, right? And they say drug smuggling. Let's get down into this. Here you go. American women's basketball star Brittney Griner was convicted of deliberately smuggling drugs into Russia and sentenced to 9 years of jail time Thursday in a case that has raised concern she is being used as a political pawn in Russia's war against Ukraine. I do not know how everyone else feels about this. I know there was some comparisons being made weeks ago. They were saying like, well, if it was LeBron James that did it, I bet you they would have got him home already. Well, it's not LeBron James. And you got to take into consideration, man, when you in these different countries, their laws are not like our laws. And obviously they're not going to be lenient towards anything. All right. So the judge, Sotnikova, I think I said that wrong, but we're going to keep riding. Fined Griner 1 million rubles. Look at that. That's 16,400 American dollars. She said the court took into account Griner's partial admission of guilt, remorse for the deed, state of health, and charitable activities. Prosecutors had asked that she be sentenced to 9.5 years. It's like I said earlier, the header of this says 9. And here is Brittney's statement to the courts. I never meant to hurt anybody. I never meant to put in jeopardy the Russian population. I never meant to break any laws here. I made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here. I know everybody keeps talking about political pawn and politics, but I hope that that is far from this courtroom. So if you don't know, she was at the airport. I know she made another statement saying that she had just recently gotten over COVID herself, and she was rushing, packing her bags, and she forgot that she had it in her bag. And then everything we know now is what actually had taken place. All right. So she's been there for 6 months. This is less than 1 gram of cannabis oil in her luggage. I want you to read that. Less than 1 gram. Hell, they're not going to put you in jail in America for 9.5 years for less than 1 gram of cannabis oil. Now, there was some talk between our country and Russia about making a trade, right? And I don't know if that trade talk is going to come back up. I didn't think that the trade talk would be happening while the court case, the hearing was going on. But, you know, now that it's closed and she has been sentenced, I'm hoping that it opens up grounds for talks of a trade, which, I mean, you know, America is not too keen on doing trades like that. But what we do have here for the trade is an exchange with Victor Bout. He is a convicted Russian arms trafficker serving 25 years in U.S. prison. All right. But the deal would be for Bout. Let me get that off of there. It'd be for Bout, Brittney Griner, and Paul Whelan. So we would trade 1 for 2. I don't know. I do not know, but I do know that All right, he says the proposal to Moscow. Yep, it was weeks ago. Both wrongfully detained. Yep. There's something else in here that, even though we're talking about doing a trade, like our country is not real heavy on trading. There's a picture of all three. There we go. Yeah, America's not really keen on trading people at all. So I don't know, man. I guess we could just keep hope alive, I reckon. Because look, man, if you start scrolling through like some of the comments on any social media platform when it comes to this, man, you know, you got some saying like the whole LeBron thing, and other people are like, well, I mean, she broke the law. She gets what she gets. And I'm talking about just heartless comments, man. So like I say, man, only thing we can do is hope. Just hope that they can get some kind of prisoner swap going on, and God, and they can bring her back here. All right. I got something. This is Jesus Christ. Let me close out some of this stuff. This was mind blowing for me. I was gonna put this here. Let me move it over a little bit. I just want you to read that. You go ahead and read that, because I'm pretty sure your face is like, what? Oh, how often does swapping happen? There's a portion in here on this article. We're gonna come back. I feel like I gotta keep teasing y'all with stuff. Here you go. You got one right here. So they did one earlier this year. Yep. The idea of prisoner swaps gained new momentum earlier this year after the successful release of Trevor Reed, a former Marine who was held captive in Russia for more than 2 years. Reed was traded for Konstantin. Oh my God, look at that name. A Russian pilot then serving 20-year federal prison sentence for cocaine smuggling conspiracy. Do you feel like it's tit for tat? Do you? I mean, do you think that it would have been different if Ukraine and Russia hadn't been going through this conflict right now? I don't know. I don't know if it would have been different. Because as you very well know, Putin said in the beginning, like, if the West gets involved, if we get involved, there's going to be some problems. And I mean, don't none of us there or here want them kind of problems, because I mean, let's face it, Russia is a superpower. All right. But so are we. They got nukes. We got nukes. We got stuff to shoot nukes down. They got stuff to shoot nukes down. I mean, and if it ever got to that point, it would be all about who fired the first shot and who was able to bring it down or not. You know, and that's when you look at it. So I look at direct involvement into the conflict as anything we do. Well, we can use this example. Everything that we've done thus far, in my mind, that is us being directly involved into that conflict. You know, we are sending guns. We are sending billions of dollars. The only thing we have not done is actually put troops on the ground to fight alongside Ukraine against Russia. And for me, I feel like that's what they're looking at to be considered direct involvement. And that makes entirely no sense to me, given everything that I've already named, because clearly we are directly involved one way or another up until this point. So yeah, to answer your question, I know I walked around and I touched on it a little bit. I really don't think trades happen that often. Okay. Let me get back to this picture. Morgue Assistant. And when I put it in the title, I was like, you know what? How fitting is a game that I've been waiting to come out for the last 6 months, which is called the Mortuary Assistant. I said, man, I'm going to put this in the title and people are going to be like, hey, he finna talk about the Mortuary Assistant. And then when this picture comes up, they're like, whoa, what in the hell is that? Morgue Assistant uses testicles from corpses to help win annual spaghetti cook-off. Listen. I saw this I saw this on Twitter like 2-3 days ago, and I just sat there at my computer and I was like, what in the hell? And I sat there because I just made spaghetti. The day that I looked at this and I saw it, I had just made spaghetti. Now I'll go ahead and tell you, like, I don't put meatballs in my spaghetti, so I really wasn't like cringeworthy for me to that extent. But just looking at this, good God, man. But it made me curious. I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can find the validity in this. So we started doing some research. Boom. I feel like I got to move the screen over a little bit or move my big ass head out of the way. All right. So we did a little bit of research. Did Morgue Assistant use corpse's testicle to win spaghetti cook-off? All right. Online article reported an Illinois morgue assistant named Linda Anders made use of an unusual secret ingredient in a local cooking competition. And just for clarity, this is not the plate that she made. So these are not testicles from a corpse. This is just look, there's an image. Look at that. Yeah, it's not from her. It's not from Linda. So we're good. No testicles here. All right. Let's get into it, because Snopes is like a fact check for me. All right. In late July 2022, let me highlight all that for you so you know what I'm looking at. All right. Readers sent in quite a few messages that asked us to find out if a grisly sounding article was true. It was published on July 27, 2022 on kvta4.com with the headline, Morgue Assistant uses testicles from corpses to help win annual spaghetti cook-off. It named the supposed Illinois morgue assistant as 41-year-old Linda Anders. This is what stuck out to me the most, right? Despite the somewhat official-looking local news feel that kvta4.com might appear to have, the truth is that the website bears a satire disclaimer. All right, so I started breathing a little bit more as I was reading. Cause I ain't gonna lie, this shit made me never want to eat nobody else's damn spaghetti again. Just my own. Just my own. All right, this stuff's already highlighted for you. So here we go. Carterville, Illinois. Linda Anders had been a participant in Carterville's annual spaghetti cook-off for the last 12 years. In those dozen years, the highest she placed was second. And Linda knew second was just the first loser. For 2022 and lucky contestant number 13, Linda used a secret ingredient that she was sure would give her that extra edge and earn herself the blue ribbon. The blue ribbon she so desired. Anders worked as a morgue assistant for the County Williamson. For the 11 months leading up to the cook-off, Linda collected the testes from deceased adult males. She would slice them, dice them, and sew them up without attracting attention. And who was going to notice the missing balls of any dead man anyway? This feels weird, like reading this shit out loud. Oh, man. The morgue assistant was eventually arrested after a judge tasting the spaghetti realized he was chewing on a prosthetic testicle. Just let that sink in a little bit. Just let it sink in. A prosthetic testicle. All right. Let's keep going. kvta4.com's About Us page shows the following disclaimer that describes its output as satire. KVTA4 is a fabricated satirical newspaper and comedy website. KVTA4 uses invented names in all its stories except in cases when public figures are being satirized. Any other use of real names is accidental and coincidental. And it's so crazy, man. Like, when it first came out on Twitter, like I read through a couple comments and like I really believe old girl was snatching nuts, dicing nuts, and throwing them inside the spaghetti. But I feel good now. All right. On August 1st, the article from KVTA4.com was reported on by the Wayne B Show on Buckeye Country 94.3 on iHeartRadio. What this morgue assistant put in her spaghetti will make you vomit, the iHeart.com headline read. The article did not mention it didn't mention it was satire, man. And that's crazy. Like, you go from a fabricated story, which is basically clickbait, and then I don't think anybody turned around and said, "Hey, man, we need to tell them people we were bullshitting." You got to come out here and look for it yourself. It's unclear where the mugshot of the woman came from that was used in the original story on KVTA4.com. However, these kinds of satirical articles about morgues usually repurpose real-life mugshots for their fictional tales. It's likely that the mugshot was real, but the reason for the pictured woman's arrest had nothing to do with the morgue assistant, testicles from corpses, or spaghetti. So think about it like this, right? Let's say a radio website snatches your picture, your mugshot, from somewhere on the internet, and it spirals like this did. Because I feel like this spiral, I feel like this got people's attention. Let's say it does that. And then you're grocery shopping one day and somebody walks up to you and go, hey man, ain't you the dude that used some testes from some corpses and put it inside the spaghetti? And you looking around like you don't know what the hell going on. See, this clickbait and misinformation to get you screwed up every single time. All right, let's press on. This next one, you know what? Just look at it for yourself. Just look at that. Just look at it. What you can't see behind me, it says my extraordinarily family. Just look at that. We both got pregnant and we don't know who by. Look, the first thing comes to mind is a very close-knit swinger squad. There we go. A swinger squad. They're not getting third party. You know what I'm saying? It's just the swinger squad all together, right? Can you imagine having the conversation? Granted, I haven't watched the video. I didn't watch the video. This again popped up on my Twitter, and I don't know if I could watch it. I don't know. It's like, what if it turns out that one of these dudes is the father to both of these kids? What happens then? They're gonna get rid of. You gonna get rid of one of the dudes, or is everybody gonna stay together and it'll be like some Jerry Springer stuff to where I know the kid's not mine, but I'm gonna stay in his life, and then they remain being a swinger squad. I don't know. I plan on actually sitting down and watching it, but I think this is like one of the weirdest situations. And I kind of want to know what's going to happen in the end when they do find out, or if it's already happened. And I don't really know how long this was posted, because as you can see, it just says 1 day ago. But I mean, that video could have been, this picture could have been from any time. I mean, I don't see a date on here, but again, I'd have to go and actually look it up and watch it myself. But if anybody else that comes across this video gets there before me, please tell me in the comments. Good God, what happened and what you thought. If you beat me there. If not, then I'll have to come back and put it in the comments myself. I did not go through these comments on this tweet. I just thought this was funny. I did. Maybe I will scroll down a little bit. Look at this right. Pay attention to this right here. I don't. Everybody thinks everything is public shaming. Like I'm really under the impression, man. Like, because I've seen this before. All right, let's go somewhere else with this. Like hypothetically, all right, something happens to you, between you and another person. It can be something minute. You know, let's say you loan somebody some money and then they refuse to pay you. All right, and then you take it to social media to call a person out. You'll have somebody like person here that would say this is public shaming, when the only message I'm getting from that is like they want things to just happen to you and you solely deal with it. They want you to just basically take it and shut the fuck up, which is like the oddest mindset I've ever seen. It just doesn't come off as public shaming to me. It just doesn't. This is so ghetto. I agree. Isn't Polly great? Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, I think I will watch it. I think I will. We're not doing that here tonight, but I think I will watch it. All right. This is gonna take me down to the last thing I really want to talk about. I promised myself I wasn't gonna make this long. You know, this it's going on YouTube anyway, but I did promise myself it wasn't gonna be that long, and it's my first time. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to. Kind of been brewing in me for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, and I kept seeing these different topics, and I was like, man, you know, this would be straight to talk about. I mean, you know, it'd be even better with a crowd of people, but you know, we sitting here now like, God damn, he love to hear himself talk. You damn right I do. All right, so and I think I might start doing this. I don't know, maybe once a month. Just depends. I'm not really a podcast type person, but I think I said earlier, you know, I said it in my Discord. It's variety content, man. I do variety, so this falls well within the realm of it. But either I'm good at it or I'm not, and you know, whatever. We're still gonna do it. So I think what I might start incorporating is, I don't know, maybe a couple of tweets towards the end. But tonight, since it's the first time, we're gonna use my own tweet. We're gonna use my own tweet. We are going to use my own tweet. And I'll read it for you, even though you can see it yourself. And it says, y'all will say women are stealing your views on Twitch and then go to TikTok and fall in love with half-naked women posting videos. Just say you love boobs, bro. Just say it. Just say it. I know this is a controversial topic. I do. I tend to not get involved in those controversial topics on Twitter mainly. I mean, that's where I exist at or don't exist. But I try not to get into those controversial topics because, you know, everybody's Twitter fingers start coming out. You're like, what the hell? Or, you know, if my opinion is different than yours, then it's fuck him. You know? So, but for me, no, I absolutely do not think that women are stealing your views with their boobs or with their good looks. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think that. I think normally it's people whose content that just sucks that think that women are stealing their views. I mean, your content sucks like mine sucks, but the difference is I don't think they're stealing my views. I just think I need to get good, and you probably should fucking think that too. Okay. That is it. That is it, man. Look, I'd like to thank you all who are here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for anybody on YouTube that managed to find this video some way, somehow. If there's something you want to comment on about one of the topics that we did discuss, please leave it in the comment section. I will be responding. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit a like for a player. I'm getting on out of here, man. I sure appreciate y'all. Let's get back to this lo-fi. Yeah, I messed that all up, didn't I? Damn. All right, baby, we gone. I'll catch y'all next time, man. We'll have something else. Let's go.